Hello, everybody. Welcome to this Wednesday's Facebook Live. But now we're not gonna be do Facebook Live. We can do the live recording and I'm gonna share on Facebook because of the technical issues, right? And I'm your host Gina and Yana. And every week, we try to invite our guests from all over the world to share their healing story, but most importantly, to share their gift and talents. So in this way, we can learn from each other and we also can, for us to find the different energy workers, healers, or different talented people for your needs. So we are really here to help you. So all the video we're going to post in the healing circle. So if you are in the circle, give a thumb up and you can direct message to our guest to ask questions if you feel resonated to. But if you feel called to come up to be a guest to share your talents and gifts, your healing modality, we would really welcome you. So reach out, send us a DM, and I will send the application to you. So let's dive into. Hi, Jane.
Hello, hello. Thank you for having me and inviting. I
Yeah, of
appreciate
course.
it.
Yes, we are all from Michigan here. So we are literally technically we are probably a couple miles radius of each other, which is a really blessing that, kind of like I got to know you, right, for a couple years now. But today is about all the things, you give us a little bit background of where you're from, and like in your intro or in the description that you filled out for me, I know who you are, but for our audience, for the people in the group, they have no idea, right? We are the first time introduce you. So give us a little bit background of who you are, what you do, and some healing modality you started, you know, like when, not talk about ages, but before 2000, the 1990s, right? When those alternative healing is definitely a woo thing. So tell us a little bit of like how you started it and what make you started it, sorts of the juicy questions, right?
Okay. Well, I worked within the parish, the church.
Yes.
And at that time, I don't know, should I start there or should I
Yeah, yeah,
come
yeah.
back?
You can start
Yeah, yeah, I'll just
yeah.
start right there.
Mhm.
I was a pastoral worker. So
Yeah.
I always worked within the church, and the church at that time offered Reiki, honestly.
Really?
Yes, yes. And it was a Catholic church offering Reiki.
You
My
must be in
sister,
a very unique church because
well,
normally
yeah, the Diocese of Saginaw was very unique.
I love
But
that.
anyway, my sister had cancer,
Okay.
and our pastor at the time said to me, "Are you interested in this?" And I was very, very interested in it. I didn't know what it was, but I went,
Hmm.
and I was attuned first degree. I think that was in 1999.
Yeah. Wow.
And we had to work a year to before we could go back and get our second attunement. And I
Hmm.
did two and three together, back to back a year later, so 2000. And then I went to Chicago to a convent where I received the fourth attunement. So that was, but I had it, I was attuned out of the upper room, the spiritual center in New Jersey, Sister Maureen Conroy.
Okay.
So I had the same attuner, master for each attunement. And I used to work right at the parish. Honestly, I would give 4 and 5 treatments a day and just give, it
How
was
did
just
people
giving.
receive at that time? I mean, still,
Pardon?
how did people receive the Reiki healings that time, or specifically just because of that church in the Saginaw area? Because you're talking about 25, 27 years ago. I mean, even people are still, when we're talking about like meditation, right? Yoga, after a couple decades, meditation people kind of slowly get into. But if we talk about even a little bit deeper of, sound healing, we just had a sound healing last year. But a lot of things, I mean, 25 years ago, when you have like how people see it, how's your, I mean, church group, but outside of church, do you share with the people outside of church?
Some from outside the church came
Cool.
to the church. I would, like I said, I did weekly for some people, weekly treatments. It was
Yeah.
very received, very retreat. Day in, day out, I was doing Reiki over there. But because I was a minister, everything was just a gift.
Mm-hmm.
Jane just gave. I became known as, I was just known for my ministry work. And then I went into massage therapy because once you got the church poo-pooed it then. It just was totally poo-pooed. Absolutely could not do Reiki at the parish anymore.
What
And
do you
so I
mean?
had
What do
to
you mean
step
poo-poo? What do you mean that time?
poo-pooed. It was they did a turnaround.
Mm,
Somebody came and said it opens a channel and
okay.
entities can come forth. And so the whole Diocese of Saginaw was banned
Really?
from doing Reiki at the
So when
parish.
was that? When was that? Like
Oh gosh, it was I don't recall the date. It
okay.
was quite a while ago, but I know I was devastated. I
Yeah.
was devastated because a lot of people, the voice of the church had power. Oh, it had a
Mhm.
lot of power.
Yes.
And so when that happened, I was devastated. My own mother, who I gave Reiki to on her kitchen table. I
Yeah.
would go to parishioners and do Reiki for them on their kitchen table as
Yeah.
well. Um, and people would come to me, but uh to have that happen was, oh,
Exactly. That's definitely. So will you clarify a little bit things we talk about? Because, I'm glad you share this part of experience because for a lot of people still have a misunderstanding about Reiki, right? That time you didn't have a voice or you didn't have a stage to explain to the people whoever stated certain things. But now we are in 2025, okay? We made it this far.
yeah,
So if you
blessed be God.
exactly. Now, if you give us or give our audience an explanation of, regarding to when people talking about, okay, open a portal, an entity, will you be able to answer these questions, this concern? How would you address this for people? Because I think still people have this kind of
Sure,
question, you know what I'm saying?
absolutely. And
Yeah,
I think it needs to be addressed. I think,
exactly.
first of all, I don't think anything can interfere with the power of God.
Hmm.
For us to say that anything can interfere with the highest power, blasphemy. I don't mean to be, that's just blasphemy.
Yeah.
Um, it's the highest power there is. So that's number one. Number two, we ground ourselves.
Hmm.
We ground ourselves. We we have white light protection bubble
Yeah.
around us.
Hmm.
We have our angels, our spirit guides, ascended masters that are working for our highest and greatest good. And no one is allowed that is not working for our highest and greatest good. So it's a safe place. It's You are protected in this space.
Hmm.
And just clearing of any entities or energy that is not of God, so to speak.
Hmm.
Um, Make sure that you do that clearing prior to sessions. And so, and I would say the church is necessarily prudent, until there is complete knowing on their part, they're going to be prudent. And, it might be okay, it might not be okay. Therefore, I'm going to choose with caution.
Yeah.
That's how I used to explain the church, but it was a very difficult time for me.
Why you think people scared of those energy work, let's say Reiki, because if this is, I mean, I personally do Reiki as well. So, but I don't probably use my Reiki as my main healing modality in my healing practice. However, it's like, why people so scared if, we already told them this is, highest because you are literally channeling the God's energy, right? The universal's
Yep.
energy.
Yep.
Why you think, not this question is not specific for you, but we are just kind of discussion why people so scared, right? Because I
Yep.
think a lot
Yep.
of times they say those things because of fear.
I think there's a couple things here.
Yes, yeah, yeah,
Okay.
yeah,
Number one is I believe there has been like I'm just gonna say a cover up
yeah, 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 yeah,
of internal work.
yeah.
Okay. Um, the I don't want to be controversial here,
It's
but
okay.
you
We put
know,
a
the
we put a
church,
disclaimer here.
if you read the Catholic Catechism, hey, they're going to
Mhm.
say no, no yoga, no psychic,
Mhm.
no Reiki. It's going to say, it doesn't say exactly Reiki, but
Yeah.
no spiritual inner work.
Yeah.
Okay. Why the heck not?
Hmm.
That is what we are here for. So to me, that's a cover up.
Mm.
That's keeping you dumb, keeping you unknowing, keeping you dependent, keeping you controlled.
Hmm.
I'm not about that any longer. I left that.
Kudos
Okay.
to you.
Now I still am Catholic, but I am not controlled. Nobody's going to control me or keep me. No one is going to keep me from my internal work.
Yeah.
Okay. So
Yeah.
that's number one.
Yeah.
Number two, there is just an ignorance. I think people have been so indoctrinated
Mm-hmm.
and they're afraid of internal work. And I use the word work because it's work.
It
It, it
is.
it's emotional. It's you know, uncovering the self, the self with a capital S. Um, it's hard work, and I am still releasing and I'm still embracing. So, and I'm 67 years old, you know, but the time is now. The time is now. This is the important time. So
Yeah.
I love Reiki therapy, and I have some plans for my future in regard
Hmm.
to healing modalities.
Yeah.
I've never really established any type of a business. Jane is just known as a minister.
Giving.
So, healing minister. I even went, so when that happened in the church, I went and got my massage certification
Yes.
because massage was more accepted than Reiki at that time.
Oh yeah, definitely.
So I thought if I can get people in my door and I can do massage,
Yeah.
explain the manipulation and the release of toxins through the muscles and joints,
Hmm.
well, the energy system too, hey? That
Yeah.
energy system is our spiritual system, you
Yeah.
know? Um, so the physical system, the emotional system, the mental system, and the spiritual system all together.
Yeah.
So my journey also started with yoga practice and
Okay.
being very, very, I'm just gonna say religious about getting to my yoga every week.
Yeah, so you are one of a kind of a born in Catholic background. You're already doing Reiki. Massage is people more acceptable. Yoga. So how? I mean, I have to be careful asking these questions because we are living in the same community. But I was like, how people see you that time and how you see other people see you make you feel.
Oh, oh,
We don't need
I
to be
was at,
specific. I just
you
want to
know,
be like understand what you went through.
I think I think there are some, I'm gonna just say very conservative Catholics
Yeah.
that questioned me,
Mm.
questioned my Catholicism, my sincerity.
Yeah.
I
Then
think
how
if
you move through.
Catholicism were to go back to its roots, before, I'm going to say, before things were covered up, I
Mhm.
think they knew. I think they knew. But I think you got to go back even to Constantine, okay? I'm going to say 350 AD. You have to go back real far, real, okay? So it's interesting. Yeah, I'll never forget. Because I was into yoga and I'm doing these yoga poses, and that's the communion of that's union of body, mind, and soul.
Yeah.
When you're in a yoga pose, you're in communion with body, mind, and soul. Perfecting the pose, you cannot think of yesterday's concerns or tomorrow's worries.
Hmm.
You're perfecting, and it's awesome. But there's so much you could do with that in
Yeah.
the church, but I couldn't. I was restrained.
Yeah. So let's talk about all, after you went through, kind of different trainings and different healing modalities, fast forward a little bit, like what's going on in your life right now and how you are you taking clients and how you change from this Minister Jane, the free
Oh,
offering, or what's your plan and how we can, find you if people interested in work with you type thing. You want to go there?
sure, sure. Yeah, it's very difficult to transition from the minister Jane, okay, how
Yeah.
people see me, because I'm pretty well known in the church world, in the community. But also, a person has to value themselves.
Mm.
So I've been working the last well, many years, hey, but
Hmm.
particularly the last three to
Yeah.
work on my inner teacher
Yourself. Yeah.
in a very intense way.
Hmm.
I have seen I work with Laura Ahern
Hmm.
out of St. Augustine, Florida.
Yeah.
And so I'm currently in working with her and doing deep dives and uncovering so that we can fully embrace our gifts. I do take clients at home,
Hmm.
and I will have a small studio in about a year right down the road, Gina. You gotta come and see it.
Where? Where? Like around
It's
me?
right. You can come to my house and we'll
Yes.
go down there together.
Yeah, I would love
You may
to.
even you may even want to do something there. Once
You
it's
know what? I always trust universe and I trust universe guidance. You know me. So yeah, I'm very excited. Keep
I
me
am too.
in the
My
loop.
husband is working on this. It's on the river. There's water.
Yeah.
We could do the sound bowls and
Yes.
then
Making me have
journaling people. We
goosebumps.
could do, yeah. It has great potential, but he's going to redo this home for me. But I'm thinking about,
Gift.
oh yeah, my husband lays down his life for me. Totally lays down his life for me. And
Yeah.
so it's going to be an area of retreat.
Yeah, I was when you're saying that I see the word retreat and I think we all coming together preparing and that's the whole reason why, you know, to be honest, when I moved here 4 years ago, I started as a Tri-City healing group. Still there. However, at that time, I feel like energy was not so ready. Look at it. You say it's 3, 4 years, you're inside, try to see your value. And myself, probably 4 years ago, right before I moved here, I went down 2, 3 years my own inner journey. So like everybody is like taking their time, like we cannot all go down in 2020, right? Somebody go down 2020, somebody 2021. But I feel like now, like I can feel your energy because I know you, right? The way you say it, the knowing this like honest, this is like I know my values, this knowing that like believe, trusting yourself, the energy is definitely stronger than last time I see you, which is great. And I would, prepare. We all kind of prepare to be ready, right? Sometimes you don't know what you're ready for, but universe give you a little bit of the sign because if they give you the big plan and things like that, you're like, I'm like, no, 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 no. I'm not ready for that. This is gonna destroy me in a good way. You know what I'm saying? But I think now is time is ready, and that's why I was like, okay, let me try this again. Let me invite, different healers, even to the group I founded it. But the thing is, I only can work with specific group for specific medicine I provide, and everybody has their medicine. You know what I'm saying? So that's the reason I was like, okay, it's time to bring people together to share their medicine. And I'm glad to hear this updates. I didn't know what's being prepared or planted. So if people want now to find you, how they can find you, because we are running out of time. But
Yeah,
I want to kind of just, kind of wrap up a little bit. And then we have Unity Through Diversity podcast, which we can dive even deeper of talking about more. So this is kind of a little bit taste starter for people to getting to know each other. Yeah.
I'm going to re-up again, but I have a Facebook site. It's called Be Kind to Yourself
Uh-huh.
Reiki Therapy.
Okay.
I have been a little bit inactive in that as I'm going through my own inner work right now.
Yeah.
But there I have the information, but I
Hmm.
have to admit that I haven't promoted myself as good as I could have. I don't think the time was right.
Exactly.
I have not established even a business name or anything. So I have my own work to do,
It's a
but
process. It's a process, and then plant seed, and
mhm.
to feel how we feel about it. And I feel like here is what my understanding for a lot of souls that they are, like you been literally when 1990, I graduated from high school, right? 1990, I remember. So you're talking about like when I think about my high school, whatever thing, but so many people, they are very humble, like they are working and they're like, oh, I need to working through this, then I can serve other people. Uh, Everybody take a different route, and then I feel like just because you did not have business name, just because you don't have a business running a registered LLC, doesn't mean you're less than people who already there do 10 years of healing work for other people. It doesn't equal up. It's literally, sometimes we prepare more readiness when you go, oh, their time is ready. You almost like you don't even feel so prepared, but you are already prepared. And you're like, all of a sudden, wow, things just blossom right away because did all the preparation, right? So
So
just
I think that if someone were to want to contact me,
yes,
the Facebook would be the best.
yeah,
Jane Elizabeth Grigorchek on Facebook, Be Kind
okay,
to Yourself, Reiki on Facebook.
okay,
And then my own just word of mouth, I do the distant Reiki. I am claircognizant. So when I have spontaneous meetings with people
yeah.
and I have divine messages to share. So however,
Okay.
if
I will put your tag you. I'm not showing the group. I can direct tag, but in the comment I can tag you for people who interested to maybe just get you to know you, kind of share, say, hey, actually you have no idea. Sometime something we say that, it might be a something really bring up a lot of emotions for other people. So well, we're gonna close off here. And thanks, Jane. It's always really, beautiful to see your face, and I can't wait to see you in person and give you a hug and tell me all about things in your life. And for all of you who are watching, thanks for tuning in. We definitely more than 15 minutes, but those are conversations goals because I allow them to flow. I trust the universe, whatever the message we share here will be needed. So if you have any questions, feel free to reach out to me, Gina and Ayana, or if you have questions for Jane, feel free to find her on Facebook. And then let's just get the network. Let's just start connecting. Let's start sharing. Okay. Thank you guys. And I wish you guys have a great day.